Thank you, Father Whitlock, Father Becker, Reverend Fathers, any other guests, and my brothers. Today, I'll be giving my vocations talk, which starts when I was about 7 years old or so. I can remember playing Mass at home, having a towel as my chasuble, having Ritz crackers as my host, having grape juice as my wine, and just really diving into the priesthood at a very young age. But that kind of went away relatively quickly. It was definitely a big part of my life, though. It really kind of started that drive in my heart. But that kind of died away by the time I was 10 or 11 years old. And it wasn't until I was in 6th grade that I really had the opportunity to really meet Christ in a much closer way. Where I had the opportunity to go to a place called Adventure Camp, which is in northern Wisconsin, middle of nowhere, and it's basically a place where you can go on a ton of adventures, but really get to meet Christ. While I was there, I got to meet a bunch of kids actually being Catholic, and that's something I really hadn't experienced, is people actually wanting to be Catholic. And that week, we had adventures like rock climbing, like rappelling, mountain biking, going kayaking, all sorts of fun things. But the best part of that week was Thursday night. Thursday night was adoration. And I had never experienced adoration really in my life until this year. And unlike normal adoration, which we have every morning here, instead, Father brought Jesus to each individual person. And the monstrance was a good, like about 6 inches away from your face. So you got to have that intimate relationship with Jesus Christ. And it was there that I really first understood who Christ was in a very personal way. And it was the first time that I really wanted to know more about what is His will for me. It was at that point that I allowed myself to say, Lord, what is it that you want? I didn't get an answer at the time, but I was open for the first time and really willing to do whatever He wanted me to do. I would drop it and go. I guess continuing on, when I was a freshman in high school, that was the next kind of big part of my journey. Was I got to go on the first diocesan mission trip that I was finally old enough to go to. And that year we went to Joplin, Missouri. That was right after the huge F5 tornado that came and just destroyed Joplin. I had never really experienced total loss before. And that experience of houses being completely leveled and all that was left were concrete slabs where houses used to be was just something I still can't believe. But that really kind of put something in my heart, that servant's heart that I think I've really fostered ever since then. And I think it was our Lord really saying, this is what I want you to do, to dedicate your life to service. And then moving on a little bit further to my senior year, I had the opportunity to go on another mission trip to Estes Park, Colorado. And this was huge when it came to my vocation. While I was there, we got to have Mass basically everywhere. And 2 of the places that we got to have Mass, one was at Mount Rushmore. It was amazing. So Mount Rushmore, if you guys know, the heads are right here. Right below the heads, there's the amphitheater. We got to have Mass in the amphitheater. It was the coolest thing ever. But even cooler than that, and you can't really get much cooler than Mass at Mount Rushmore, you really can't, but we got to have random people came and joined us for Mass. And that was when I really understood the universality of the church and how much that people recognize Christ in the Mass, in the Eucharist. And that just, again, turned something in my heart. But what really kind of hammered it home and I was very, very blatant about was we got to also have Mass in the Rocky Mountain National Park. So think of a beautiful day, 60 degrees out, snow-covered mountains, very clear skies, just gorgeous. We had Mass on a picnic table in the middle of, the forest. And Father Greg Bourne, who was with us, gave a homily on the importance of joy, on the importance of finding what is truly fulfilling and what is truly joyful in your life. And when you find that, That is what you should be doing in your life. And the moment that he said that, memories of me serving, of me being around the altar, of me being with the priests of my parish came flooding back. And this idea that if consecrated by a bishop, these hands could change ordinary bread and wine into the body, blood, and soul and divinity of Jesus Christ. That, followed by a very, very clever, answer by God saying, do this. I want you to be my priest, Jared. I want you to be my priest. And that was definitely that thing I was looking for in 6th grade. I was looking for that call. And now I'm here with you, my brothers. Praise be Jesus Christ.
Now and forever.